Hey guys, it's Braden Laney here. Pacquiao Thurman fight. I cannot wait for this fight. It's gonna happen. Fast approaching, and today I wanna give my own pre-fight analysis with regards to this fight. I'm not a professional commentator, but I've been watching Manny Pacquiao's fight since he was a little kid for more than 20 years. I know every move of Manny Pacquiao. I've analyzed most of his fights. I'm an avid fan of boxing, so I'll give you my own pre-fight analysis for this Pacquiao Thurman fight. So let's get started. So here on the screen, I provided some factors that's gonna affect this fight, and I'm gonna put some score for every factors that I put on the screen. Then below, I'll put my overall score, and I'll give you my own verdict who has the edge on these fights. So let's get started. So on this experience, I'm giving Manny an advantage. So out of probably 10, I'll give him 10 for this one. And compared to Thurman, I'll give him 9 out of 10. So I prepare some sliding here to compare their professional boxing record. So here on the professional boxing record, I can discuss one by one. So total fights, Manny Pacquiao has 70 professional fights compared to Keith Thurman's 30 professional fights. Manny won 61 out of 70 and Thurman won 29 out of 30 fights. So winning by knockout, Manny has 39, won by knockout, and Thurman won 22 out of 30 fights by knockout. Manny has 7 losses, Keith Thurman has 0 losses, and Manny Pacquiao has 2 draws. So that's why I put here out of 10, Manny 10, and Keith Thurman 9. So I can see that Manny has a big edge or advantage in terms of experience for this fight. So let's go to being aggressive fighter. So we know Manny Pacquiao that he's a very aggressive fighter. Uh, from round one to the last round, although he has not the same fighter as he used to be, because he has aged a lot compared to the last time he fought Oscar De La Hoya. He's now 40 years old. And let's go to Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is also an aggressive fighter. If you will see from his professional boxing record, he has a lot of knockouts out of his 30 fights. So for this score, I will give them both 10 because they are both aggressive fighter. So let's go on the third one, defensive boxer. So we know that Manny has vulnerability in terms of being a defensive boxer. We cannot forget that he was knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez. Uh, for watching Manny's fight for so many years, one thing I noticed is that when he hit his opponent, he gets too excited. So he became a little bit careless and he opened up his guards. So that's one factor I noticed from Manny for his so many fights. He tend to be relaxed. He forgot to be defensive. For Kid Thurman, as we have witnessed from his last fight, he received a lot of punches in round 7 from Josecito Lopez. So he has his own vulnerability. So for that one, I'll give him 9 as well. So let's discuss stamina. When Manny was a little bit younger, we can see that he's like a punching machine, a boxing machine. His stamina is on the high level. But like I mentioned earlier, He's not the same Manny that I know like 10 years ago. He's now 40-year-old boxer, so his stamina will decrease a little bit, right? So his stamina is not the same like so many years ago. So out of 10, I'm giving him 9 because he's not the old boxer that I know. His stamina decreased a little bit. So let's go to Kit Thurman. Kit Thurman is a 30-year-old champion. And I remember when Manny Pacquiao fought Oscar De La Hoya, he is at the same age as Kit Thurman. So Kit Thurman's stamina, I would say he has the edge compared to Manny Pacquiao because for the reason being that he's younger by 10 years. So I'm giving him out of 10 for stamina as 10 for the reason that he's younger than Manny Pacquiao, right? So let's go to the next one. Still hungry to win. Is Manny Pacquiao still hungry to win this fight? I can see the hungriness in his eyes. So I would say he's still hungry to win this fight. He's excited to box with Keith Thurman. He's so determined to get this championship and to be recognized again as one of the best fighters in the world. So I would say out of 10, I'll give him 10 for this one. So let's go to Keith Thurman. He wants to win this fight because he wants to show to Terence Crawford, to Errol Spence, that he is a prize fighter. And he wants to fight all these guys like Errol Spence. So I think he's still hungry to win this fight and very hungry to win this fight. He's a young, explosive fighter. He wants to beat Manny Pacquiao, but we'll see. So out of 10, I'll give him 10 for this one. They're both hungry to win this fight. So training. We know that Manny Pacquiao trains so hard for his every fight, and I think this won't be a different. He'll be training with Bobby Fernandez, Freddie Rhodes, and he will do the same routine for the last fight that he had. He will train very hard. Freddie Rhodes mentioned that they have sparring partner ready for Manny Pacquiao. So there's no surprise that Manny gonna train so hard for this fight. So out of 10, I'll give him 10. So for Keith Thurman, he cannot win his last 30 fights without training hard for every fight. So I know that he gonna train hard to beat Manny Pacquiao for this fight. So out of 10, I'll give him 10. Strength and conditioning. As I watched Manny Pacquiao's fights for the last few years, this is what I noticed, and I might be wrong. You guys can correct me on this one. I note, in fairness to Justin Fortune, I find Manny stronger when his strength and conditioning coach is Alex Ariza. So like I said, you guys can correct me with this one, but that is only my observation. But we will see. We can determine on his fight with regards to his strength and conditioning. So for this one, I would say, based on my observation, out of 10, I will give him 9. So for Keith Thurman, most of his fights, he's ready to rumble. He has a very good conditioning and strength. He trained a lot. He trained harder. So for this one, I'll give him an advantage. So I'll give him 10 for this one. So distraction. We know that being a boxer needs dedication and focus. And when 20 years ago or 15 years ago when Manny fights, his main focus is boxing. But now He became a senator. He's into politics. He's into business. He's in so many things that's going on with his life. So a lot of distraction going on. So I mean, being a boxer and dealing with all this distraction uh, is a big factor for this fight as well. So out of 10, I will give him 9 for this one. So let's go to Kit Thurman. So we know that Kit Thurman is a professional boxer. He's not into politics. He's not into business right now. His main focus is boxing. So for distraction, out of 10, I'll give Kit Thurman an advantage. So as you can see, we have completed already my statistics. Like I said, this is my own analysis. You might have different analysis than mine, but this is the factors I see that gonna matter on this fight. So let's below I have an overall score, right? So we'll see who has the advantage here. So Manny Pacquiao total points is 76, while Keith Thurman score is 78. So based on my analysis, Keith Thurman has a little edge for this fight. He has the possibility to win the fight, what I'm trying to say, but Manny can beat him as well. It depends on his conditioning. If there will be little distraction before the fight, if he will have a very good stamina, and he will be a defensive boxer for this fight. I'm saying that for this fight, my final verdict, Kit Thurman has a little advantage for this fight. So that's my analysis, guys. And like I said, I'm not professional commentator or whatever. I'm just basing this analysis for my almost 30 years of watching boxing and following Manny Pacquiao's fight. So if you like this video, please subscribe and please provide comment as well. Thanks, guys.